we are back with our two experts talking about evictions, talking about rent assistance, talking about utilities assistance and food. We have Haley Pfeiffer-Haynes from the North Carolina Office of Recovery and Resiliency. That's the HOPE program. Tyra Clymer with Greensboro Urban Ministry. And they're answering your text questions. So you can ask your text questions. Tyra, the question here is, what other options are there if they don't live in Greensboro or Guilford County? Where should they start looking for help?
Well, our suggestion is you contact your local United Way, and also a lot of the governmental agencies in different counties are providing resources or list of resources. So reach out to your governmental agencies or the 211 United Way line.
Yeah, 211 is one of the easiest ways to do that because they have a list of all the different resources that are in your particular town or in your particular county. Also on the 2 Wants to Know website right now, we have a list of different rent helps all throughout the state as well. All right, Haley, this person says, I'm a landlord and have not received rent for the past 5 months, but my tenant applied for HOPE program and was approved, but they haven't received any rent money. What should I do now as a landlord?
Well, it's a little hard to tell what's going on there from that question, but in order for us to be able to pay the assistance, then there has to be a landlord-tenant agreement in which the landlord agrees to participate. So I would encourage the landlord, make sure you are checking your email. And if you haven't provided that email to your tenant, make sure that they have it so that they can provide that to us and those agreements can go out to you. Right. Now, if they're in a situation where the landlord-tenant agreement has already been signed and you know how much you're supposed to be getting, but you haven't gotten it yet, I would ask you to be patient. We are seeing turnaround times of up to 4 weeks for those payments to go out because we are making awards at such a rapid clip that it is taking time for all those payments to be processed.
Okay. All right. The next question was, does the HOPE program help with mortgage assistance? And it does not.
No.
But there are other options for you if you have a mortgage. So Tyra, for instance, Greensboro Urban Ministry does help with mortgage assistance, just like rental assistance.
We do. And the housing consultant group here in Guilford County is also providing some mortgage assistance. You may want to reach out and contact them.
So my question is, if you think that you might be having a hard time paying your mortgage, when should you call for help?
Right away. As soon as you know that you cannot pay your bill, it doesn't have to, with us, doesn't have to be past due. Just reach out to us and we are going to get you in as quickly as possible.
Okay. And so again, the key thing there, she said, don't wait for your mortgage to be past due or your rent to be past due. Come in beforehand so that they can kind of expedite that. And you've changed some things to kind of expedite those payments.
We have. We've looked at our guidelines and we have modified those to definitely meet the challenging times because we know that this is a very stressful time for our neighbors, and we want to make sure that we help them decrease the stress as much as possible and get back on track.
All right, Haley, this question is for you. It says, I've been approved, but my landlord is requesting for the tenant-landlord agreement. Is there some place for that tenant person to find that, or that they don't know where it is to give it to them?
That is normally sent out to both parties for them to then sign electronically. We're doing this all electronically to observe COVID protocols. And so you might want to check and make sure that the email address is correct by contacting your case manager. So in case your landlord is not finding it, they might also check their junk folder or their spam folder. It might have, because it might not have gotten recognized by their system as valid. So, encourage them to check around in their system for those.
So this person says, will there be more money in the future be provided through the HOPE program?
Well, what I would say is that the federal government has created the Emergency Rental Assistance Program that's coming out of US Treasury, and North Carolina expects to get about $700 million from that. It is up to the governor and the General Assembly where that money goes. We do know that up to 18 local counties and municipalities are large enough to apply for their own part of that 700 million. We expect for somewhere around 540 million to come to the state to be applied statewide, but the governor and the General Assembly have not made that determination about where exactly it's going to go.
Okay, and so that's future money possibly for the whole program to possibly be opened up again and take more applications. But there is enough money to service the people who have already been approved.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. We're going to continue taking your questions. We've got one more segment left. You can text those questions to 336-379-5775, and we'll be right back.